All right, Sam, enough is enough. We need to be both men of our words. We promised them outrageous videos of squatters. Let's get into it.
Let's get into the outrageous. By the way, if you haven't done so already, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button below. Let's switch the screen.
But squatters are kind of trending right now, I guess.
I was scared, but also angry.
And when you wanted them to leave, what did they say?
Oh, they refused. They act like I was doing something wrong. There was prostitution. There was drug selling. I would say I'm close to $60,000 in damages, about a little over 30,000.
$60,000 in damages. So this is what we were talking about, right? You think this lady's just got an extra $60K laying around to like get that house ready for rent? I mean, this broke her. You know what I mean? $60K. And that might not even be her rental property. That might be her. She might. I don't know.
That looks like a primary residence that she was building.
That looks like a home she was building.
And I mean, they're just trashing the place.
Trashing.
It's just it's sad that people would even live in places like that. I mean, I've stayed in yurts that were nicer than that. There's no utilities. There's no nothing. She said.
Right. So let's see what else they did.
Because they cut all the wires. They cut like a 2x3 hole, and they got in that way.
This is a home in Beverly Hills. By the way, look at what.
That doesn't look like a home in Beverly Hills.
This looks trash. All right, but wait until you see the head on this dude. All right.
That looks like a city dump.
Totally. Wait till you see who's responsible for that.
Believe that this trash-strewn home is in exclusive Beverly Hills. The pool looks like toxic soup. The mansion has been seized by alleged squatters, and it's perhaps the most expensive property in the squatting epidemic afflicting America.
Parties continued night after night after night.
The alleged squatter says he has every right to be here, and he showed me a lease, which he says proves it. But the agent selling this multi-million-dollar estate says that lease is a fake.
Okay, so this is an example where the squatter is so cocky that he's willing to do a news interview and give the newsman a tour of the home, okay?
Whoa, hold on, dude.
Yeah. Check out this dude.
Got exclusive access to the mansion. It's unclear how many alleged squatters are living here, but one of them is a 34-year-old actor from Italy, Morgan Gargiulo.
Morgan Gargiulo.
Morgan Gargiulo.
Oh, wait a minute, dude. You got to see. Look at the head on this guy, man. Holy, like homeless Hugh Hefner over here.
What? Dude, look at Fabio over here, man.
Like the shirt and the chain and the glasses. He's probably got some Gucci shoes he found in a dumpster down the road. I mean, this
got that nugget chain on and the shirt unbuttoned to his belly button.
This guy's a piece of work. Walking around Beverly Hills acting like he's somebody because he's like squatting up the road.
Is this real though?
This is real, man. This is a real news episode. This is a
real squatter right here.
This is a squatter, and he admits it.
This is not what I originally think of when I think of squatters.
Right.
Most people, I think, go, they're homeless, they're trying to find shelter. This dude is not that guy.
That's what I told you before, right? This guy's gaming the system. This is a gamer, right? That's all he's doing. He's not homeless.
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer, proud of himself. Dude, he's bragging about it.
The place is a mess, and Gargiulo admits he and his friends turned the house into Party Central. One all-night bash drew 645 revelers and didn't end until 9 a.m.
Was this turned into a nightclub, essentially?
Better than that. It's a mansion.
It's better than that. It's a mansion.
Dude, we had the girls and we had the drugs.
This is a mansion.
And we had the
what do you
music,
think? It's
and
Beverly
it was
Hills.
amazing.
Did you see my shirt?
Let me unbutton my shirt just a little bit more. Dude, who is this guy, Mr. Julio?
Oh, man,
you don't deserve to be walking around. You deserve to be in prison, man.
Yeah, totally. Homeless Hugh Hefner.
Homeless Hugh Hefner.
Let's keep going.
You know, I mean, it was classier than that, I would say. I had like
But this was basically a party house, no?
At some point, yeah.
Here's what the house looked like inside when it was listed at $4.5 million.
I mean, look at that house, dude. That house was a gem.
Lavishly furnished and picture perfect. Now sheets are hanging up instead of fancy curtains. Gargiulo promises there won't be any more parties, but anyone with a vacant Beverly Hills mansion might want to watch out.
Are you planning on staying? Are you planning on moving?
I'm planning on staying for a while, but I will be moving to a much better place.
He's going to a better place, Mark.
What?
This isn't good enough for a homeless Hugh Hefner.
This isn't good enough for him.
No.
He's going to move to a better place
Right.
than a $4.5 million house in the Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Give me a break, man.
Where are you going next, bro?
How about a 10 by 10 jail cell? Is that
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's going to wind up there, man. Let's watch some other examples.
All right, we're going to talk about the headlines about the young man who moved into a $2.5 million mansion near Miami without paying a dime.
The bank foreclosed a couple of years ago, but now a 23-year-old named Andre Barbosa has simply moved in. Barbosa is using an obscure legal concept on the books in every state called adverse possession, which says if you live in an empty home for a certain amount of time, it's yours.
All right, so that's what you were talking about earlier, Mark, right? So
that's what I was talking about earlier.
Right.
However, these guys are idiots because they don't understand how adverse possession works. It typically takes 10, sometimes 20 years, and there's actually a list of things, check marks that you have to do in order to acquire a house.
Right.
This guy's just a scammer.
Adverse possession is being attempted all over America. Susan Weidman took over a series of homes in the Atlanta area.
I filed adverse possession back in February as Susan Weidman at the DeKalb courthouse. Okay. So I'm not just, transient squatter here.
This $3.3 million house near Raleigh, complete with an elevator, got caught up in this whole mess when Sean Pendergraft claimed he owned the house.
It's not a scam. Everything we're doing is lawful.
I met a young sovereign named Robert Peterson who moved into this foreclosed home in Idaho.
All right, so I just want to point that out.
He's a young sovereign.
A young sovereign. But I just want to point out, you got to be careful, right? Because your instinct, if somebody's going to squat in your home, is to get in there and rip them the heck out of there, right? But some of these guys are armed and dangerous, right? So you really got to be careful.
They're the enemy. They're the enemy of anybody who wants to live free.
Everybody with your stupid money and making me purchase things. I have the right to live for free.
Honestly, man,
that's the mentality.
It's hard to believe, some of the mentality of some of these people.
Right.
This is absolutely mind-blowing.
Right.
Let's keep going.
There are some consequences for some people.
Before you get any ideas about trying to use adverse possession, consider that the sheriffs forced Robert Peterson out of this house, and remember Susan Weidman? Arrested for racketeering. And Sean Pendergraft? Also arrested for obtaining property by false pretense.
So these guys paid the price. They paid the price, okay? So that's a happy ending. But there are some people who just get away with this over and over and over again.
Court records show since 2008, there have been at least 8 prior residences in Sacramento County alone that Mario and Ann have lived in for months and not paid rent.
Basically, they're serial squatters, right?
That's exactly what they are. They're serial squatters. They go from house to house to house, just gaming the system.
Right. They get caught, they get evicted, they never get arrested, and they just keep going and going and going and going forever, right?
So Sam, and this is why, because I don't know about every state, but in Nevada, where you're at, and in Texas, where I'm at, squatting is simply a gross misdemeanor. These people, they don't go to jail. It's a slap on the wrist. There's no repercussions. They can do this over and over and over, just ruining people's lives.
This next guy actually found a remedy. This is the remedy we were telling you about earlier. Let's check him out.
Rent.
There's a handyman out there named Flash Shelton who has found a loophole in the law where if he becomes a squatter by moving in with squatters, then he can actually get them out of the houses where they're squatting.
Okay, so he came up with a concept. He was like, hey, if you can squat, then so can I, right?
Bro, Sam, did you catch? His name is Flash.
Yeah.
Dude, he just gets in there.
He gets in there.
Squatter.
Yeah, so somebody was squatting, and this is how he figured it out. Somebody was squatting at his mom's house, and he was like, okay, so he got a lease from his mom, and he waited till the squatters weren't home, and he just went in the house, and he took all their furniture and threw it in the front yard. And when they got back to the property, he said, hey, guess what? I'm the new tenant here. Now I'm squatting the property. Get the heck out. You know what I mean?
Flash is a hero.
Flash is a hero.
Not all superheroes wear capes, guys.
Right. All right, let's see what he does.
They came back. I just laid it out for him, told him that it was all locked up, cameras, and the only way they would get back in the house is if they broke in on camera, and I would prosecute. And I told them they had a day to get their stuff out or the furniture was not theirs anymore.
I'm really sorry about all this. I really am. It's just, it's a nightmare beyond.
So the squatter is saying it's a nightmare beyond. Like, what? You're the nightmare beyond, lady. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's incredible.
You know what I mean? So yeah, this guy started a business.
Flash. Is this his company right
here?
Yeah,
this is the Squatter Hunters. So if you've got a squatter and you want somebody to go in there and take care of it, he's offering to do so. There's his company. So as we were saying, not some states are not doing much, but there are some states that are doing things to address this squatter epidemic.
All right, so here we go.
Property owners will now be able to request law enforcement immediately remove a squatter if they entered illegally. They've been told to leave and haven't, and as long as they're not involved in a tenant-landlord legal dispute. The new law also increases penalties. A second-degree felony if squatters cause more than $1,000 in damage, and a first-degree felony for knowingly advertising a fake home sale or rental.
Okay, so it's now a felony in Florida. They've upped the, so the penalties are great. And they gave the police the power to evict people like on the spot, right? So
that is awesome.
So Florida's
great work, Florida.
Florida's taking. Actually, let's give a round of applause to Florida right there. Great for Florida. All right, listen. So we showed you what squatting was. We showed you different types of squatters. We answered some financing questions. We explained adverse possession to you. We showed you some awesome videos. I'm going to put a video on the screen of the incredible HOA show we did last week. If you live in an HOA, you definitely have to check out that video. Mark and I's contacts are below. If you have a real estate or lending question, please feel free to call us, even if you're not in the area. We'll help you as best we can. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. That's it for me, Mark. What do you say?
I think we're out, man.
We're out.
Until next time.
Peace, everyone.